Welcome to April's Meme2Earn Community Fireplace. We'll kick back by the fire and have a little chat. We'll talk about Meme2Earn, meme of the day, tips, cryptocurrency, any new developments, the markets, and anything else, as well as answer any questions the community may have. And last but not least, some tips. For those who may not know, Meme2Earn is a state-of-the-art revolutionary meme platform built on the Neo N3 blockchain. On Meme2Earn, users can earn cryptocurrency in the form of our native token called tips by posting memes, commenting on them, and even browsing through them. We've been around for over a year, and to date, 9,000 users have posted over 75,000 memes, all of over 5 million impressions. What's more is every day we hold a new and unique meme contest we call Meme of the Day, where we send $420 every week to the best on Meme2Earn. Other people, projects, and companies hold meme contests on Meme2Earn, sponsor Meme of the Day contests. Our current Meme of the Day sponsors are ndap.org, Zatoxy, and Flamingo Finance. So let's get this thing started. I thought we could kick this thing off today by speaking a little bit about the rebranding we did a little while back. As some of you may know, we used to be Nudes Army. It was Nudes. The website was nudes.army. We hadn't even officially started as a meme website. It was more just kind of like a meme coin. We developed this idea, kind of went from 0 to 1,000 real quick of this meme platform. And it's called Nudes Army for a while. And we decided to rebrand that to the cryptocurrency being called Tips and the website being called Meme2Earn. Are you guys still with me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
It's nice to say that you have some technical difficulties, and during this AMA, for those who is listening in later at YouTube or wherever, know that Bordeaux might be going in and out of the conversation because of bad internet connection in Canada. So, continue.
Yeah, thanks.
We can hear you.
Sure, I'll continue. So the point I'm trying to make is since we've rebranded, the reason we rebranded really is because we started getting kind of blacklisted and blocked, shadow banned, blocked, all of that because of our name, Nudes. We thought it was really funny when we did it, and that's kind of why it took off the way it did. So, but eventually for long-term growth, it kind of blocked us from having various accounts, from advertising in different ways. Even the projects who now currently are holding tests on Meme2Earn, they wouldn't have even thought of having a meme contest on like something called Nudes. So that was why we rebranded. And I just wanted to bring this up today specifically because Zatrov actually just brought to my attention that when you search Google for different keywords and add the word meme, if any of those have had Meme of the Day contests, we're coming up on Google now, like in the top search. So this is pretty epic. If you go and search Ethereum ETF meme, you will find Meme of the Day images and that super great news. Like that is the reason we rebranded. So I just wanted to go over that real quick with you all today and just let you know that like it's working. Like this is the reason we rebranded. We wanted to make sure that we could get the SEO on lock. SEO means search engine optimization for those of you who don't know. So we wanted to get that on lock, and it looked like it is work exactly how we planned. So this is of a whole new world of Meme2Earn. Now, when you just search random terms on Google, add the word meme, you're going to see Meme2Earn. So we're taking over, and I love to see it. So I hope you guys do too.
That's it's really nice, and I think we also, on the technical side, then should look if they are indexing the contests pages as well. Might not be that we have the same kind of data for the robots that Google have to, or the search engines, to scrape the contest pages. So I'll just note that down because if it's working with the memes, it's definitely worth doing that with the contest pages as well, because that's where we collect all like the memes inside one big list, and we want people to be able to click on those links as well and see every meme. So that's really nice.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Laser, are you able to somehow in the back end maybe make it, and maybe you already do this, but maybe you can make it so that when someone posts a meme, maybe the of the meme or the contest name of the meme or something can become the alt text for that meme, because I know that Google Images like searches alt text a lot. I assume you know what alt text is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's one way we can do that. Like if we make the alt text of, let's say today's current contest of Burke's on, like maybe it could even just, the alt text could even just be like Burke's on meme number 1 or number 2, or like submission 1 or something. That way, when you search Burke's on meme on Google, it would come right up, I think.
Yes, I'll add that as well. Check if the alts is set. It's easy to basically check that in the source code. But the thing is that we have this single page application. It's a technical term where it's not easy for the robots to extract information from those pages as well. So you need to basically help the robots along the way and give them some information, because it's basically just a big script file that the robot encounters. But you can give it a little information about what they're going to find on that page. So I'll check if what type of information we give, and if it's possible to render like an image at least with the alt text there, so we give the robots a little bit help. Because I think that's really powerful if we start to show up on Google as well now, because people are searching for memes when they want to share them with a friend or something.
Yeah, definitely. And that's like where most people are going to find their memes.
Yeah, I have a new idea now. Maybe we should make it like a meme keyboard, the same way we have a GIF keyboard, and they could just search through all our memes, and you find the meme, click it, send it. That would be nice.
Be awesome.
Kind of like
awesome.
Tenor does with their GIF, and Giphy does with their GIF keyboard. Note to self in the idea bank. So I'm noting all the great ideas now. Add alt images to tags, and a meme keyboard idea. All right. So what's the latest and greatest now in terms of competitions? I saw that there's some new stuff going on. Sadrov, I see that we have the Meme of the Day contest as usual, and you're the main guy for orchestrating everything. How it's been going since last time, and what's the good and what's the bad?
Yeah, we currently continue the Meme of the Day contests, and the current contest is live about 13 minutes ago. So it continues really good, and as Boris mentioned, I noticed that while I was searching some memes on Google Images, I saw our Meme of the Day contest's topic banner image in Google Images. So according to Google's crawler bots, it's also going really good. And the other aspect is we are seeing much more new users participating in our Meme of the Day contests. So I'm very happy to see new faces creating wonderful memes on Meme of the Day contests, but the old users continues to ask that why they couldn't get picked more than once in these contests, because new users are joining in this they are participating in these new contests, and actually the better memes are getting picked now. So the old users creating casual memes need to work a bit hard to get picked within these recent Meme of the Day competitions. And overall, the quality continues to increase, and it's a wonderful aspect that we can show to other companies who wants to sponsor for the Meme of the Day contests. So yeah, we are going up nice and fine.
That's a really good thing that there is more competition and it leads to higher quality. That
Yes,
is what we want anyways. And there will always be people who are unhappy about results because it is a competition. I don't think you can see that in sports as well, where you have like 30 teams competing in the league and everyone is happy. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. That just means you can. There is room for improvement. There are times you lose, and you can be really happy when you win because you actually won over good competition. So I'm glad to hear that.
yeah, we are trying to be much fair as possible, but some new users joining in Meme of the Day contests are posting very little small-sized memes that it is impossible to read, for example. So not everybody coming to our meme contests are directly winning rewards. So it's not about being new or old user. So just much higher quality and much better memes are winning now. So the competition is starting to get a bit hot in this aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as we always say, our community is really competitive, so we're good, I think.
Yeah,
Is it possible to see the metrics of which contest of daily contest is most popular or most used, or is it hard to do?
there is a statistics page on Meme2Earn that you can see how many memes are posted on which any day. There's a graph for that, and we can easily see that number of posted memes are keep going higher and higher. So that's a really good thing. Also, I've seen some users are spamming in a good way. Spamming some memes in Meme of the Day competitions. Like it's not considered spam, but for example, Esoteric, there was a user named Esoteric with some Roman numerals. That user usually posts more than 10 unique memes in every Meme of the Day competition. So they are unique, they are funny, and because of that, the user named Esoteric has a really high chance to get picked because he spends effort and he's spending some time to find or create really good memes. So higher effort will net you a win in these Meme of the Day competitions.
Yeah, and I think when you look at the data that we have, Nori, it's you need to separate the noise, like Satrov is talking about there. Some Meme of the Day competitions can be popular, but the data, if you only look at the data, it may paint a false image. Like Satrov said, maybe that's not quality memes posted. We might have a spike for one day because one user is trying a strategy to spam something and win prizes. That doesn't mean like the overall experience of that competition is really good because it's low quality memes and just a lot of them. And it could be the opposite as well, where it's a lot of good quality memes, but the users are posting more than one to try to increase their winner chances. So I think the most interesting number is looking at like the monthly chart to see that we are growing steadily over time. And averages is really good at removing that sort of noise. So that's the statistic I really like to look at when it comes to the Meme2Earn, and also, of course, the total of users and impressions we have. Impressions also something that you need to take with a grain of salt, because is an impression really time spent laughing, or is it just refreshing the page? And you need to find your own kind of multiplier to set on the impressions. Like the big companies do measure kind of like retention time on YouTube and stuff like that. We don't have that kind of data yet. So the only data we have to go on is feedback from you, Nori, and Sadrov and Bordeaux, who spend a lot of time in Discord and chats to see if people are having fun. I would see that as the best type of engagement, and that could be having fun competing, creating memes, but also fun reading and looking at memes. That's maybe the most hard to identify. But I would say it also comes natural. At the end of the day, if you have so much funny content, it's hard not to laugh, right? And it's just a matter of time where people discover it and visit daily to get a laugh. And I guess especially for people in the crypto and tech space, I guess, because a lot of people like that are on Twitter as well. So I think they have kind of the same humor as me, and I do laugh a lot from the memes.
Yeah, and speaking of the crypto and tech space and Twitter and all that, I was just going to note the other way that we can gauge like impressions or what people like to do or how they have fun with Meme2Earn. I really like that Meme2Earn is in Web3. And the reason for that is because of like the community aspect of Web3. If we were just some website in Web2 and didn't have like the Discord and the Twitter and these AMAs and all of that, I think it would have a whole different feeling. It wouldn't be the same at all. It would just be like a website that people go to, kind of like, I don't know, maybe like Reddit or something else, where like I go on Reddit sometimes and I have a good time and I enjoy the post, but I don't know anybody there. I don't know anyone by their username. I don't know anything about anyone on Reddit. Whereas one of the ways I have the most fun, and maybe this is just me, maybe it's other people as well, is coming on Discord every day, seeing these names come up and up more and more commonly than the others. It's refreshing. It's just like it gives you a sense of community. It gives you a sense of groupthink. It gives you a sense of belonging. And I know that I've made quite a few friends, not only amongst us on the team, but also with our community members. I DM different community members all the time, and a lot of it's just like, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day, kind of thing. And all of that stuff makes a big difference, not only in winning money or having a laugh on memes, which is great, and that is like basically the point of Meme2Earn. But the fact that it's in Web3 and you've got this huge community around it and involved with all this stuff, it almost doesn't matter what the content is. It almost doesn't matter that it's about memes, or it could be about football, or it could be about something else. It's just like we're all here, we're all doing something similar, we're all making friends, we're all in this together, and it's affecting our lives in a great way, because now we all have all these friends and like common thinkers, with similar interests, but we're all across the globe. So we're connecting in ways that we would have never connected before. And this is all just super engaging to me. And when I wake up, I'm super excited to get to quote unquote work. I don't even call it work because of how much I enjoy it, So I just wanted to weigh in on like the Web3 aspect of Meme2Earn a little bit too. I don't think it would be the same if it was Web2.
Yeah, I think you make a great point there. And a lot of Web3 in my experience is Discord or Telegram first. And I would say if it's Telegram first, it's a lot of noise. It's difficult. It gets a different vibe. But the Web3 projects that are Discord first, I think they have good communities, because you can have like this groupthink. Like you say, you could of course then also have disagreements, but usually within the same space, and you have discussions inside the same space. Sometimes you move out, but you're like-minded, that you are willing to be on the forefronters of something and discuss and spend time there. And I think it's really great. Like you say, Reddit is also like a community first thing, like Discord or Telegram would be, but it's not one-to-one. and group at the same time. I feel Reddit is more like a group, and then you have 1-2 group, 1-2 group, 1-2 that group. You
Right.
don't have a one-to-one approach. You can even have like private chats almost in general. I think that's a cool thing when like 2 or 3 people just have a long conversation and out in the open, like everyone can sit and watch the conversation. I do that a lot. I don't write so much, but I read the conversations instead, and I enjoy it really much. So I think that just translates over to what we're doing on the site as well. It kind of has to, right? Because it's the same people.
Yes.
It's a reason why they started to engage and join the Discord in the first place. Now people are coming maybe from the site or seeing things on X, or even maybe now Googling memes and stumbling into it. But as soon as they come into our like warm embrace and start to making memes, I think the next step is coming to Discord and joining in the conversation and becoming part of us. And I think we attract those type of people. And that's really, really good, because we can safely say that we build a strong community. A lot of people claim that, but since we are in Web3 and since we are going strong for so long now, we can confidently say that we have a strong community.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a strong community. A lot of returning players, so to speak, each and every day. To Meme2Earn, as well as Discord and Twitter. I also got to say, like, even just on Twitter, because Meme2Earn is so connected with Twitter/X, I should say. I spend a lot of time on both Discord and Twitter/X because of what I do for these projects. And it's a similar vibe. It's not quite the same as Discord because you're not like chatting with each other, but I'm seeing all the same names and same faces popping up, posting their memes, and seeing the engagement on their memes. And they're all just like popping up in my various feeds, whether it's for you or like people you're following. Just every day it's more and more people. And I can imagine that those folks are also getting the same feeling. Like, imagine if you're just a person, right? And we all are, of course. And before Meme2Earn, or before any Web3 community really, but I'll focus on Meme2Earn. We wake up and we go to work, and we have a couple of friends at work or something. We come home, we eat dinner, either alone or with our families. We go to bed and we do the same thing the next day. After Meme2Earn, right? You wake up, you're going to check your Discord, you're going to see some of the memes that other folks have been posting. You're going to check your X account or your Twitter, see if anyone's liked your memes there. They probably have. People are going to be commenting on your different tweets, or sending you a funny GIF on Discord, or joining in on these AMAs, and you're checking your phone throughout the day at work or whatever, like, oh, this meme like did particularly well. I just won like $28 from two meme of the days last week, and I'm going out tonight, kind of thing. Like, it's changing people's lives, and that's like ultimately why I'm still in this. Just because I get this warm feeling every day of just how, I don't know, it makes me very happy, and I hope it makes everyone else happy too. And it feels like, to me, it does. And that's what keeps me coming back. It's not the $14 a day or $28 a day, which, by the way, is a lot of money for just making a meme, if you ask me. But it's a lot more than that. It's the connection with other people. It's the connection with the team, with us, right? Like, if you were to go post a bunch of stuff on Reddit, even if you're the top poster of Reddit, you're never going to meet the Reddit team. You're never going to meet the people behind who built Reddit. Meanwhile, here in Web3, not only are you meeting us, you're talking to us daily. You're hearing our voices in these AMAs, or on, the recordings on YouTube or on Spotify. You're engaging with us on Twitter. You can DM us and ask us anything you want, anytime. We never ignore anybody unless you're obviously scam or spam, and then you're definitely getting blocked. And there's a lot of, I guess we could maybe get into a little bit of the negatives of Web3 too. I deal with a lot of scammers and a lot of spam every day in my DMs on Twitter and my emails. So that's I guess the dark side of Web3, we could call it. I before Meme2Earn and
accessible, right? Teams are accessible. Everyone is accessible. You're not hiding, and even if you are hiding behind like a pseudonym, you are still accessible. Like not with your name. So it comes with the territory.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I'll end my rant there.
I think it's I can relate to what you're saying, and like it kind of, I shouldn't say like weird moment, but kind of like a moment that would be hard for people not in this space to understand is like on my wedding day where you had the meme competition, especially for my wedding. It's strange how all these people at my wedding, except for Mr. Google, can not really understand who all these people are who make like memes, and who my community is, like the digital community that I am a part of. It's a whole different world, right? Where I'm not going to meet most of the people face to face ever, but I'm going to talk with them a lot, and they're going to be a big part of my life. And it's kind of like it's never been this way before in human history, and a lot of people won't get to enjoy this part yet. So I think it's good that we have each other that can like relate. I can really relate to what you were just saying, Bordois, about that. It's just more than the money part. It's like you digital people you meet every day and you talk to every day. And your maybe your family or close ones or friends even won't really understand what's going on.
No, but sometimes it does kind of fade out too. Like once in a while, I'll catch myself talking about so-and-so's meme today or this other person's meme today. And even my wife or even her parents or another friend of mine or something might start to recognize like that username because I've mentioned it in the room, enough times where it's like my whole family knows some of you guys now, even though you've never talked to them before,
Yeah. But it's a strange concept for them that like live in different parts of the world, and that community that or the closest team, the people you talk to every day, they're not in an office somewhere.
Right.
They're like all over the world in different time zones and doing different stuff, and you just met them randomly online, and especially for the team, based on their skills, you just grouped together as a band and started riffing. And that's really cool. That's really cool.
It's so funny. Well, this part of it isn't funny. A couple years ago, or over a year ago, my mother unfortunately like lost her house to in a hurricane in Florida. Like completely lost everything, and I didn't expect anything from anyone, obviously. And I think I just mentioned like I was busy or something one day because of that. Next thing you know, a lot of the users are making memes about like Bordois' mom, like feel better, hope everything's okay, hurricane memes and stuff. And I showed some of them to my mom and she just lost it. She was like over the moon about it. And still to this day, she's like, hey, so how are the Nigerians who were making memes about me? Are they doing well?
Yeah, it's lovely. That's really nice.
So I want to move now to something came up in one of the Discords. I can't remember if it was Meme2Earn or Flamingo the other day. I think someone was talking with Nori and I about what we do like in the background that isn't at the forefront of everyone's day. Like our users can see all the time. Because a lot goes into Meme2Earn, a lot goes into Meme of the Day, a lot goes into these contests. And all the development, all the marketing, all of that. the users can only really actually see the front end of Meme2Earn, what's on Discord and what's on Twitter. That's really it. They don't actually see the day-to-day lives of our work. And I think Nori and I were thinking it would be a good idea if we could talk about that a little bit in these AMAs today, this one and in the Flamingo one, like maybe some of our tasks and kind of what our workday looks like on these teams to give the users a broader perspective of kind of like what we do, you know? Because a lot of people, like I said, just come to the website and come to the Discord and don't actually know the hours and hours and hours that go into this each and every day. So I don't know if maybe Nude Laser wants to talk a little bit about like specifics about what you do, you know, if you use a certain coding language, how you use that coding language, stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. I think, like you say, it's difficult for users to see everything that's going on, and there's a reason for that as well. Like they would be overwhelmed if they knew. So, but
Right.
we can do it in like broad strokes at least.
Yeah.
When it comes to development, it's exactly that. It's not coding. It is developing something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like everything from having the right business aspects, having the right approach to solving technical problems, having the right approach to scalability, thinking what languages to use, what techniques to use to get quickly to market so that you can release a product. So not everything is just sitting down on the computer and writing code. I have this argument with Odd from time to time because Odd is really fan of efficiency and efficiency in everything, I should say, or like not efficiency is maybe the wrong word, but getting to the end result as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's efficiency.
Okay, yeah, and then he sometimes come across tools where you could like save time on writing code and doing this and that, and I'm saying, are you really limited by not being able to write code fast enough? And then every time he starts thinking, nah, I'm not really, because what you're doing is you're just staring at the computer most of the time, trying to figure out how to solve the problem. And especially with if we're talking smart contract development, being innovative in the space, it's a lot of staring at the screen, coming up with algorithm that's touching more on math, basically. And then you just have to talk a lot through the process, and then write the code. Once you have the idea laid out and everything is clear, you just try to type as fast as possible to get done with it. Then it's more like factory work. You know what you're making. Before that, it's like staring at an empty canvas and figuring out what to draw, basically. And that takes a lot of time. And I think people underestimate how much time you spend on thinking and how little time you spend on code to make the right things. Of course, there's a lot of things to do in the front end to release new products, and you have to then again make sure that your ideas translate into code and user experience, and that takes a lot of iterations. But again, it's in the iterations where you discuss and give feedback to developers. Are you doing the right thing? You have to test it out, and you even test it out, feedback to text and copy and user experience. So like, you're not a developer, but you're developing, I would say.
Of course. Some folks might even call what I do like content development. So yeah, same thing.
So being like specific. I think a lot every day. I discuss a lot. I talk a lot with the team, and that's mainly what I do. And I try to delegate the right tasks to the right people that I know can help me code up the product in the end. So that's how I spend most of my day, basically. And I think it's nice that we can transition into what you're doing, because you can maybe start with that, how you work with me, right? Because we work together developing, I would say, like we touched upon now with the copy and the text, and you had a term for it. I think that ties into the whole process.
Sure. Yeah. I have a history of working for major companies across the globe. Some of you may have heard of. I'm sure most of you probably have heard of several of them. I'm not going to name them, but my experience with those companies was that of a senior technical writer, so writing documentation, like technical documentation or user guides. I then moved into the role of a UX writer, they called it at the time. I think a lot of companies are moving to calling it like a content strategist these days, or a content developer. It's all basically the same. Those terms just kind of are like an umbrella for someone who writes copy. In other words, like text inside of software or applications like mobile apps or desktop apps. So when you're using a app on your phone or accessing the web through a browser, software as a service, or hardware, I guess hardware too, as well as desktop apps and whatnot. And every time you click on it, and a lot of people who aren't in tech, like when I explain this, it might kind of surprise them. But there's a lot that goes into not only the design of these apps, but it's the text within the design, right? Every time you click on a button or a series of buttons to get to different pages, every time you're looking at like a menu at the top of the page, every time you're looking at text throughout the different pages, every time you're looking at any kind of text, there's tons of thought that goes into all of that text. Tool tips, right? So if you see little question marks on the page that further explain different features, even just taxonomy, naming features, right? A lot goes into that as well. So that's another little part, I guess, of what I do for Meme2Earn and Flamingo. So I do the technical documentation, the user guides, as well as all of the UX writing or the content strategy. So I'm working with the designers on that to basically work side by side with Nude Laser and the other designers to basically strategize what these features and tools and pages and entire platforms look like, how they feel, what the user experience is. Oftentimes it's, okay, that might be a button, or that might be a link, or that might be something else. Or, first and foremost, like Nude Laser said, a lot of it is just sitting back and thinking and talking amongst ourselves. We have this, it might start with just a simple idea from me or Nude Laser or Mr. Google or Satcharoff or Nori or Somnium Wave or Morton or Freeze or you name it. We all just come to the table with our different ideas, and some of them take off and some of them don't. But yeah, it just usually starts with an idea that can either be from one of us, or it could even be from one of you all, our users. A lot of the times users will come to us with feedback, either one-on-one in DMs or out in the open on Discord, like, hey, I was thinking, what about this? What about that? Sometimes it's like, yeah, we'll think about it, and maybe it goes somewhere. And next thing you know, the team is strategizing, how can we improve upon this? Because maybe it had, passed by us in the time because we're so heads down all the time, doing our different tasks. Some things can kind of go over our heads while our heads are down, right? And so sometimes the users bring that to our attention. And next thing you know, that's the next thing we're working on. We'll discuss in DMs or we'll discuss in the team channels and, hey, so-and-so pointed this out, like, how can we improve upon this? And then it becomes a chat, right, between several of us on the team. We could do this, we could do that, let me do this kind of thing. And next thing you know, we're launching either a new feature or improving upon a feature we have. And it takes many heads, right? It's not just a designer who can go in and do the whole thing, do all the writing, design it all, like the colors, the shapes, the user experience, all of that, as well as develop it and launch it and all of that. It takes several of us for each and everything that's launched. So I guess that's how, to answer your question, Nude Laser, that's how I guess interact with you on a day-to-day basis. Like, starts usually with ideas, whether they're huge whale ideas like a whole platform or small things, right? A little tweak to a little feature here or there. It all has to start somewhere, usually from an idea, and then move forward. How can we, implement this and launch it? And we're usually pretty quick, but it's like you said, you don't spend that much time coding. We're quick at what we do, and I think that's what makes us like professionals at what we do. But it's the time in between all of that really takes the most effort and energy from us,
and really matters. That separates you from the rest, so that you can actually provide more value than just your skill set of typing or writing or like making content like Wave or moderating really well like Nori and Satoroff and Borton, and organizing really well like Satoroff and you do, Bordeaux. Like it's more than just ticking off these small boxes and doing your job. It's what you think in between those really concrete tasks and what value you're able to add in these periods of like thinking and talking and discussing. And I think like a fun exercise for people outside who really are curious to like what it takes to make a site like Meme2Earn or Flamingo Finance or any other D app or Neo or any other kind of site, like maybe take YouTube, for example. It's a fun exercise to just look at the site. And you can even do this in the Discord community we have, like look at the interactions. You can look at the Sealy campaign and look at what is there. And you can start to break it down. Okay, so I have this site, I have this chat, I have all these different missions on Sealy, and start with just one thing. Like, okay, all these missions on Sealy, who wrote them? Okay, some people have to write them. Are they new every month, every week? Okay, there are. So there are people planning then. Okay, how many people are planning? Are they discussing all these details? Why did they decide on this price? Why this experience? Why? Right. Like try to break it down into smaller pieces, like at an atomic level, and then you start to realize how much freaking work goes into making something as complete as Meme2Earn or Flamingo Finance. Yeah. At an atomic level, there's like millions of bits that makes up the molecules, and there's thousands of molecules that makes up the whole system. It becomes like crazy when you break it down like that, and then you realize how much work it is. But on the other end, you can make a really small thing and just release it and make people interact with it and see if you have a success, and then you can bring in more people on it. But it's a fun exercise to do, to see the scale of things. I think, Morten, you were saying something, or did I mishear? Maybe not. I think Bordeaux
dropped. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We are also burning some nudes, I think, or tips. I'm never gonna stop saying nudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes.
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I was actually just going to get into the marketing piece because that's a whole nother ballgame after the fact, right? After all of the molecules and atoms that Nude Laser was just mentioning, after building all this stuff, then you have to market it all, and that's a whole new ballgame when it comes to Web3. And it was new, I think, for a lot of us. We went through a lot of different hurdles over how to market in Web3 because there are so many classic marketing techniques that do not work in Web3. So it was like an obstacle course, trying to figure out how to do it the best. I don't think we're even there yet. I think there's still a lot to learn. But I think we've made an insane amount of progress with the help of the whole team. We all do marketing for Meme2Earn and Flamingo. I would say like that is half the picture. Once these projects are built, it's like the saying, like if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around it, it'd even fall, right? Like if we could build the most amazing product in the world, but if you don't market it and you don't put the word out there, it's useless. No one's going to use it. And so while we're thinking about the content, while we're thinking like within the products, and while we're thinking about the code and every little atom and molecule of the products, we're also always in the back of our mind thinking about the next way to market this thing. Sometimes the marketing even comes first. Sometimes it's like, wow, like we're going to do this with marketing, therefore this is what we need to do in the platform, right? It's not always the platform that drives the marketing. A lot of the times it's the marketing that drives the platform. So
it's really a good point that you touch upon there, where there is in this space, the crypto or Web3 space or whatever it is called these days, that there are invisible tasks or efforts or hinders that makes it harder for us who try to build and do something in this space. Like you say with marketing, you can't go through all these normal processes of just market something because you're what's it called, blackwalled, or you can't use these traditional methods. And it's the same with code as well. There are invisible, like just looking at it, if you're not familiar with doing it, you would say like, yeah, you can do, isn't that just making a program? Yeah, but like the program you can make is really, really limited. You have to run it on thousands of computers across the world to be decentralized. Same with the marketing. Can't you just run ads? No, you can't. So it's like those are the invisible stuff as well. So take all those atoms and multiply them by 10. Yes. Because that's the effort. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a good point to touch upon. Like in Web3 or the crypto space or blockchain space, you're not coding like a Web2 website where you just, use JavaScript or HTML or whatever you're coding in, and you just put it online and there you have it. Like every single thing you do, you have to always keep in the back of your mind that you're building on a blockchain, which is a little different, right?
There's user assets at stake every time.
Yes.
Like usually.
So then you have all of these safety audits you have to do, and even just the code that interacts with the blockchain. Is it different because it's interacting with the blockchain?
Of course, yes. You have to wait for the blockchain. So you usually don't have a central database, except if we, at least the decisions we've made, like in Flamingo, at least with Meme2Earn, it's for the swiftness and for the people to have a good user experience. The memes, of course, are centralized on a server, but like the tokenomics is totally decentralized, and every time we need to have deposit and withdrawals, you have to think about security there as well. So you do have a different mindset of how you do everything, because you are interacting with tokens, or in the case of decentralized exchanges like Flamingo, there are always concerns on how to interact safely, but also interact in a way that makes sense to translate all these lower level stuff that the user should never be concerned about. Translate that into something that it gives the user information and a good experience. So you need to have that like Web3 hat on for every thought and every line of code you write. I think you need to do that as well with marketing. You need to have that hat on and be willing to take different approaches.
Yeah, absolutely. Each and every day I'm looking for different approaches, like you said, and new ways to market in this environment. Because like I mentioned before, the classical ways don't work. And I'll give some examples. You know, we've tried to market Meme2Earn and Flamingo Finance on YouTube. Nope, they won't even let us. And the reason for that is because we're in crypto. They won't let crypto companies or projects run video ads on YouTube or on Google even. We run paid advertisements specifically with some tools like on crypto specific websites. But that's a little bit different than imagine if you were just building like a Web2 website and you wanted to show it to the world. How easy is it to just go create a Google ad and pay X amount of dollars, and next thing you know, it's coming up in front of millions of people on Google in your locale or worldwide. We can't do that. Like there's so much that we can't do there's more that we can't do with marketing than we can do almost in this space. So you have to think about all these different kind of intricate, almost backdoor ways of doing things. And one of those ways is with Zilly. Another way is with, just running contests, Meme2Earn and things like that. Maybe Zatroff could get a little bit into like his day quickly. And we also need to burn some tips. I know that as well. So
Satrov just touched upon the daily contest, and his work is like how is it going? At least earlier, I think if
Perfect.
we're going to burn, we have to do it now because we have another AMA, and I think we should also save some of that for the next AMAs as well, because then we can we have a huge team. So we can talk about what others do in the next AMA as well, because I think it's interesting at least, and the users can give us some feedback as well if they think it's interesting to hear what we shared so far. But what's the multiplier for participants in regards to burning? Because I think this is the highest we have been so far today. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4,
13.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
13. Yeah. So the multiplier is 50 billion.
50 billion. That's
so we're looking at 650 billion.
650. And I have something to burn from usage as well, so I'll just add those together and
it's probably over a trillion then.
I have the site usage somewhere there. It was about $100 worth of tips from site usage.
Nice.
So
yeah, it should be like probably over a trillion tips we burn today.
Yeah,
which is a nice number. I like that almost every AMA we're burning like a trillion tips.
Yep. I'm gonna, since Mr. Google is not here, I'm gonna send that to the black hole.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And remember to add 8 zeros, so the token is satisfied in the smart contract. They don't have decimals, so I need to add those decimals as zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Usually I drop one and we burn a really low number of tips, or I add one and then we're really happy. All right. Let me just do the technical stuff. You can continue to chat a little bit, and in a couple of minutes they'll be burned.
Sure. Yeah.
Did you mention the Zilly campaign tomorrow? Starting the new Meme2Earn Zilly campaign starts tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. The April's Zilly campaign came to a close on April 26th, and we'll start May's Zilly campaign tomorrow. Keep an eye out on Discord as well as on Twitter/X for those announcements. Obviously also on Zilly, because it will be launched tomorrow at the same time. every month. Looks like we've got just a couple minutes left here. I'm going to use these couple minutes just to say goodbye for now. We've got to hop over to the Flamingo Finance AMA. If you enjoyed this AMA, please like and subscribe us on YouTube, as well as on Spotify. Every like and subscription and comment goes a long way, especially since we are a startup. The faster we can get the snowball rolling, the bigger it can become, the more it rolls. So definitely appreciate everyone's engagement, and we look forward to speaking to you over on the Flamingo Finance Discord. If you enjoyed this conversation, join us over there, and we'll see you there. Thanks, everyone.
See you all. Bye. Goodbye.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
I have the burn in the chat now. So no countdown, but it's burned 1.1 trillion. Let's go.
Nice.
Awesome. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Yep, bye.
All.
Bye bye.